All right, hey guys, I was literally on my way to the pool, and then I got a phone call from my friend called Sean, and I believe he's one of the very best decoders in the game, and not enough people know who he is. I think he's exceptional, and I did vaguely remember saying that we would have a chat today, but I almost lost track of time. So he called me, I picked it up, and we were having this chat for about 15 minutes, and I realized this is too good for it to just be between him and I. So I've got him on Instagram now, and we're going to discuss the connections, guys, between earthquakes and heart attacks, and how biblical it all is, and how it does relate to what's going on in the world of professional sports and entertainment. All right, professional sports entertainment, that's one thing. What I want to do, what Sean wants to do, is show you that biblical prophecy is being fulfilled. It really is. And we always say it's just a ritual. It's a Freemasonic ritual. It's a satanic ritual. What does that even mean? So we're going to learn here how these occultists, they worship eclipses. They worship the moon. They worship the sun, and what that actually represents. This guy, Sean, is unbelievable and is genuine. He didn't call me saying, hey, can I do a live stream to promote my channel? Which, by the way, he does have a YouTube, and you definitely should sub to him. But he didn't ask for that. I said, hey, we have to share this with the world. He was saying stuff to me that made me go, wow. I was saying stuff to him that made him go, wow. So this ain't going to be going on forever and ever, this live stream, because I really do want to have some sort of time to myself. But I'm here with my boy, Sean. How are you doing, baby? No, mate, it's my pleasure. And you're one of those people who is doing it for the right reasons. You don't gamble. You're not in it for the ego. You're in it to inspire people at you and have them question the reality. That's why you're in it, I believe.
100%. There's no other reason besides that.
Yeah. So I was saying to you, because I only found God 2022. I was an atheist. I didn't believe in basically anything. You said you've grown up believing in God through your family, yeah?
Yeah, and I think I was kind of obligated to believe in it. I think it was, like, I grew up without really having a choice to. I didn't really terms, so I'll be honest. For most of my life, I didn't really know if it was a true relationship, because I was kind of just put in a situation. But then once I started learning about this stuff, and just seeing these things, and
so what you're saying is you can go to church, you can read the Bible, you can come from a Christian background, but it wasn't until you discovered this knowledge that you truly believed in God, like truly.
Yeah, I think it was that, but then also as I was starting to find some of these connections, when I started to get better at decoding, and when I started realizing that these things were just coming to me through divine intervention.
Yes.
Those situations themselves were validating that there's no way that there's no God. There's no way I'm figuring this out, because I'm not an intelligent or smart person. Like,
it depends how you define intelligence. There's multiple levels. There's multiple intelligences, like the Howard Gardner theory. But you're like me. I always tell people that I'm being guided. I don't search for half of the things that I discuss, and it's the Holy Spirit within me that's doing it. And for whatever reason, that equals that I have a giant ego. But it is that, isn't it? Like the work that you put together, it's almost like somebody's almost like doing it for you, like, or literally guiding you like a guardian angel that's doing this stuff. So let's break this down, because your finds are remarkable, mate. First of all, I've already heavily discussed Dammer Hamlin, how he wears number 3 and he's currently 24 years old, how he was born 324. He had a cardiac arrest 3 months and 24 days after the Bulls opened the season, and 3 times 24 is 72. We were having the discussion, weren't we, about 612, and I told you 6 times 12, 72. We'll get to that later. and how Francis became the Pope 72nd day of the year. So we know he wears 3, and we see 33s, and then everyone's going, oh, it's a Freemason ritual because Ciaran Neil, number 33, like was basically, he kneeled and he knelt and then he stood up before everybody else or whatever it was. So it's a Freemason ritual, not knowing that it's far deeper than that. So break down your 33s and how you connected them with shootings and all the other stuff that you've done with the 333s. And remember, Tom Brady, the GOAT of the NFL, he retired with 333 days left in the year. So big, that number right now. So break down the 333s, brother, that you found.
Okay, so, well, before I get into the 333s, so this part actually we didn't get to talk about yet.
Okay.
But, so as people know, with the title of the video with earthquakes and heart attacks, so a lot of like this situation right here, the main one we're focusing on is the Damar Hamlin collapse with the cardiac arrest. And so from the Buffalo Bills, and this has everything to do with the zodiac, the Chinese zodiac, the ox, because the ox, it even says that the ox replaced the buffalo. So
yeah.
So buffalo is so it has to do with the ox, and you can even see like in the mythology it says the origin of earthquakes. I'll just read it here.
Yeah.
According to a widespread Gansu province myth, earthquakes have their origin in the annoyed shrugging of the ox, which bears the earth on its back.
Exactly.
So the buffalo, the fact that he's from the Bills, that's one connection right there to earthquakes. That's just one. But the reason why I think that what confirms that is that the ox year, it started on 2/12 of 2021, 2/12, and this upcoming Super Bowl is on 2/12, and Damar Hamlin, he
drafted
was the 212th pick.
Yeah, he was drafted 212th pick, and 212 leaves 322 days left in the year, and this year is the 322nd year anniversary of Yale being founded.
Yep.
And we know Super Bowl 56 finished 2023. I predicted that scoreline before, saying it was going to be 2023, which is basically, in essence, a reflection of 322. So,
yeah,
crazy.
I heard some people, because sometimes I'll watch videos from the past, like older coding videos. So people were, back then during the ox year, people were finding a lot of things that were pointing to something happening during the year of the ox. But I feel like it's relevant. It's relevant to now. Even though the upcoming year is the year of the rabbit.
Yeah.
But
do you know the rabbit? Do you know how much the rabbit connects to MK Ultra?
Explain it.
Well, I'll have to do a separate video on it, but you see a lot of rabbit symbolism with celebrities. They're obsessed with rabbits, and it's connected to MK Ultra. I'll actually save it for a video. That's why you have like the what do you call it? Like the Playboy bunnies and all of that.
Yeah.
They were under mind control. Who in the right mind would be hanging out with an 80-year-old muppet like that guy? I'll do a whole video. I'll save it because we want to focus on earthquakes.
Yeah.
And how they connect to heart attacks. But yeah, it's
another
amazing.
thing that confirms that this is about the ox zodiac is that the ox is the second of 12 zodiacs, so 2/12.
Brilliant, mate. Brilliant.
And I think the reason why things are happening relating to the ox now or like upcoming is because the year of the rabbit. I believe what I've heard is the ox is in mythology is unlucky during the year of the rabbit. Yeah,
and think about a rabbit. Rabbit connects to magic, doesn't it? You pull a rabbit out of a hat.
Right.
It connects to rabbit. Isn't I've decoded the movie 8 Mile with Eminem, and his nickname was B Rabbit, wasn't it?
Oh
And have you noticed in that video at the end, it says, fuck free world 313?
Oh, that's right.
And Pope Francis became the Pope 313.
Yep.
And it says, fuck free world. And in his song, which is a great song, Lose Yourself, he talks about a new world order within that song.
Oh, that's right. You're right.
It says something like, as we move toward a new world order, this normal life is boring, but superstardom, something. And then it says something about close to postmortem, which is to do with death.
Right.
And then Revelation 3:13, he that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. You and I, mate, we have the ear. We have the Holy Spirit. We are being guided. Satan is using multiple people in this world. He is at the top of the world of entertainment. There's people like us, mate, who are never going to have their popularity or fame, but we are spreading the word of God. We are, whether we want to do it or not. You didn't choose to do this, did you? You didn't do a course to do this. It just happened, yeah?
Exactly.
It's organic. It was meant to be, I believe. So it's really, that was amazing what you said about the ox with the 212. Really big.
And then this is just a little thing, but because you know how Pope Francis he became the Pope on 313?
Yeah, 313:13, which connects to 266.
Yep, exactly. I was gonna say, so
you tell people though, it's amazing how the 1313 connects to 266. Let them know, because that is a find that I got. I was like, wow, that shows you how important prime numbers is. So you tell them that, because it's a really good one.
Yeah, so Pope Francis, he is the 266th Pope, and he became the Pope on 3/13/2013, so 3/13/13, and that's the 2nd, 6th, and 6th prime.
Yep, exactly.
I believe he also visited the White House on the 266th day of the year.
He did. Which is that is. Oh, give me a second. I can't believe I can't know this off the top of my head. That's the 23rd, the 23rd of September.
Yeah.
And the 239 is the 52nd prime, like Pope equals 52.
Wow.
It's why Kobe Bryant's so connected to the Pope. He won 5 NBA finals and lost 2.
Wow.
5-2, 52 weeks in a year. Elizabeth became the queen in 52. It's just a monumentally big number, is the 52. So yeah, that's what you're saying with prime, the 266.
I'm so glad you just brought that up, because I guess that it's going to be towards the end, but what I'm going to tie in is that I believe something big will. I feel like this upcoming January 13th, it's Friday the 13th, and it's 113, so 11-3. So if you do 11, break it down 11-3, that's the 5th prime.
Yeah.
And the 2nd prime.
Yep. And do you know Vatican City was founded 11-2 on the same date the Basilica was struck twice by lightning, the 11th of February.
Wow.
112. Yeah, it's big because 22 is a master builder number, isn't it? 22. And 11 times 2 is 22.
Wait, is February of 11th?
Yeah. Or the 11th of February.
That's another hidden 322, because the 2nd prime is 3, the 1st prime is 2, the 1st prime is 2.
Yeah, wow, yeah. That's exceptional. Remember, with the 11-2, supposedly the Jesuits are in 112 nations, aren't they? 112.
Yep.
It's so crazy.
Yeah, and so the upcoming 13, the 13th, it's the 13th day of the year, and there's another hidden 13. There's another hidden 322 with 13, because the 13th prime number is 41. If you multiply 13 times 41, you get 533. 5 is the 3rd prime, 3 is the 2nd prime, 3 is the 2nd prime.
Brilliant. Can I just go through some 13s with the Bible?
Please, yeah, I'm all over the 13s right now.
So the number 13 is symbolic of rebellion and lawlessness in the Bible. So Nimrod, who's actually born 1225, which they say is Jesus Christ's birthday, which is a lie. Nimrod, the mighty hunter who was before the Lord, meaning he tried to take place of God, was generation 13 in Ham's line. And Ham was one of Noah's 3 sons who survived the flood. So there's your 13-3. with Francis. That's why the lowest scoring Super Bowl in history was Brady. They won 13-3, the Patriots, didn't they? And then the dragon, which is a symbol for Satan, is found 13 times in Revelation because it's Satan who's behind all rebellion against God. And then also in the Bible, number 13 is often mentioned through the appearance of Judah, who was the 13th apostle. And he's connected to treason and completely going against Jesus. 13 also represents all governments created by men, which is inspired by Satan. Satan's behind governments. Again, you see all the 13s in the dollar bill. We could do a whole video about that. But I could keep raving on about this, but you know this one as well. Not many people know it. I think you know it. So we said 41's the 13th prime. That's why the World Cup began with 41 days left in the year, ended with 13. We know Messi has 13 World Cup goals. He came into the World Cup with 13 goals for Paris Saint-Germain. He moved to Barcelona at age 13. So he's so connected to 13 is Messi. And 41's the 13th prime. That's why Kobe died at 41 with his 13-year-old daughter. They're connected to Revelation. Kobe was drafted 26-6, just like LeBron James. Again, 26-6 for Francis. 26 plus 6 is 32. And how many rays are on the Society of Jesus' logo?
32.
How many teams played at the World Cup?
32.
How many teams are in the NFL?
32.
Yeah. So,
Kobe. Another thing.
Yeah, go on.
So I don't know if you. I really hope that you have time, hopefully maybe this year, to look into like the astrology aspect of this. With like
I really want to go. I've told everybody that's a huge area of improvement for me and where I'm going to focus a lot of my energy. We're going to learn a bit here through your knowledge of eclipses. But I'll just finish this off, then I'll let you go. So 41's the 13th prime number. 91 is the 13th try. It's why the 4th of April, which should be the first day of the new year, is the 91st day of the year, and it should be a 13-month calendar. So 91's the 13th try. Then 233 is the 13th fib. And as you know, I think you know, 41 plus 91 plus 233 is 365, the amount of days are in a year. So how big's the 13? The 13 is supposedly 13 Illuminati bloodlines. There should be 13 zodiac signs, 13 disciples, 13 months. It's monumental, or at least.
Yeah, this hit me too, and I think this one's been under our noses, but it's so sneaky. So you know how you said the 13th Fibonacci is 233?
Yes.
So 233 is the 51st prime.
Yep.
The 13th Fibonacci, and Gianna Bryant died, or she was born on 5/1 and she died at age 13.
And 5/1 is the date the Illuminati were founded, 1776, May the 1st.
Yep.
51, you've got State 51, you've got the movie. What's the movie with 51? 51st State?
I think it was just 50. 51st. Oh, you're right. Oh, wow.
I think so.
Wow, that's good. 51st.
So it's just beyond like deep. And like you said, yeah, Gianna Bryant, she was born 5/1, 2006. That was the year Kobe got his highest scoring game in his 666 game. 2006 is also when Messi and Ronaldo scored their first ever World Cup goals, and they did it in the World Cup that was in Germany, which connects to the war. And you and I firmly believe all these threes we're seeing is World War III.
Yeah, and 13 is the
sixth prime.
It's the terror of death card, and I believe the next World War III, I believe, is going to be the 13th war that the United States will.
It will. It's going to be the 13th war that they've been involved in, and it's just deep. 13 is a number perceived around the world to be unlucky, isn't it?
Yeah.
And many nations, not all nations, but in general, it's perceived to be an unlucky number. It's super connected to Satan and death.
Yes.
That's why it's seen as an unlucky number. Those numbers have meaning.
I think that's why, I believe that's why the Catholics have so much control over our calendars and our time, because, so,
Wow, somebody's saying, Joshua is saying tomorrow is 51 days after Adam Weisshaupt death date. He was the founder of the Illuminati.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, look out for something to go on tomorrow. That's a big
Yeah.
find. All numbers are dualistic. Do you agree with that?
What was that?
All numbers are dualistic. Like, there's no such thing as a negative number.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think so as well. But just biblical, I'm talking biblically. 13 is connected to Satan. 7 is connected to God. And 6 is connected to Satan.
Well, I think that's another reason why, you know, they changed the calendar to 12 months, because 13 is right after 12, so it's not even in the cycle. Also with the clocks, it's not.
Well, 52 divided by 4 is 13, not 12. Simple as that.
Yeah, and so the fact that our calendar is based on 13, like what you said, the 13th prime, the 13th Fibonacci, 13th the triangular number.
No, yeah, I said 41's the 13th prime, 4-1, April the 1st is the 91st day of the year, 91's the 13th try. It's so blatant when you break it down. The calendar should be breaking down. 28's a perfect number. It's the 7th triangular number. It's why there should be 28 days in a month, 7 days a week. 7's the 4th prime. 7 days a week is 4 weeks in a month. The stuff we've just done with the 365, when you do 41, 91, 233, 365, it's so blatant when you have the gift that we have, but hardly anyone has it. I don't think many are going to get it. Oh, yeah, wow. Wow. The alternate number of the beast is 616, yeah? 6 plus 1 plus 6 is 13. That's Andy Pandy in the chat.
Wow.
I always think that with 22, because 6 plus 16 is 22. And obviously Messi, he just won the 22nd edition of the World Cup, and he scored his first ever World Cup goal on 616. And he got the 6th goal of the game, and he had a 16-minute cameo. 616. So you're 22. And that's why Maradona died exactly 22 weeks after Messi's birthday and 22 days before the Pope's birthday, who's Argentinian.
Wow.
Crazy stuff, in it. 22 chief angels, Happy Face Man said. I didn't know that.
And then when I
Wait, I can't hear you. Can't hear you, brother. I can now. Right, okay. Wait. Let's not go off topic, because this is where my live streams go on for like 5 hours. I'm like, geez, my whole day's gone. Break down your knowledge on earthquakes and heart attacks, because it's fantastic. And then we'll discuss Erickson and Maradona and how it all syncs up, and Hamlin and all of that with cardiac arrest.
So, yeah, I mean, scientifically, apparently there's a causal relationship between earthquakes and heart attacks. Because I think they do. You literally could just like look up the connection between heart attacks and earthquakes, and then there's scientific journals.
Yeah, there's literally scientific journals, yeah, that you can read about it.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously I'm skeptical with mainstream science, but that could just be something that they're saying that relates to, biblical stuff. But
yeah, I do.
So I don't necessarily trust everything they say with like all these like statistics and whatever. But it's just like what I'm just saying is that there is like a mainstream connection, like an educate, like even in school they probably would.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's universal. The top so-called scientists are saying it. There's all these studies into it, and there's no denying that. All we can do is code what's given to us. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
We can code what's given to us. We don't know all the answers. That's what they're reporting. That's what they tell us. So there's a direct connection between heart attacks and earthquakes. And how does that connect to the Bible to you?
So there's a specific verse in Revelation that's a really important one. It's Revelation 6:12.
Huge, yeah.
It's
Can I read it out?
Yeah. So, and I beheld when he had opened the sixth.
Wait. Read it a bit louder.
And moon became as blood.
Yeah, so that all connects as well to the earthquake that happened in Lisbon. And I've told you, Cristiano Ronaldo synced up to Revelation. He started his career with Lisbon, and he wore the number 28 jersey, which is a perfect number, the seventh try, hence why you see CR7 now. And we're going to talk about 107 in this live and how that's the 28th prime. But like you said, in giving warning signs of his second coming, Jesus said, "The sun shall be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers that are in heaven shall be shaken, and then shall they see the Son of Man coming in the clouds with power and great glory." Sounds like an earthquake, doesn't it?
Sure does.
It talks about, and again, Revelation 6:12, that's all about John the Revelator. He described the first sign that was to precede the second coming of Christ, and it was a great earthquake. It's biblical prophecy. It's connected to the mighty Lisbon earthquake. That was 11-1, 1755. So, again, I keep talking about there's going to be all these natural disasters quotation marks. In essence, it will be if God's behind them. But it's so deep. And then with the 6:12, you've got Epithian 6:12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. And we're saying how earthquakes connect to heart attacks, and Christian Eriksen, who was born on Valentine's Day, which connects to hearts, just like Angel Maria, de Maria, which means angel of Mary, was born on Valentine's Day, who does the heart symbolism. Eriksen had a cardiac arrest June the 12th, 6:12. And with earthquakes, everything does go dark, doesn't it? Everything's not clear with an earthquake.
Yeah,
with the weather.
It's interesting too with those two verses that we read, the 6:12s, because they both have the symbolism of darkness, of light and dark, and blood. They both talk about blood, like the moon becomes blood.
Yeah, that's why you always hear about blood sacrifices in connection with the moon.
Yeah. Oh, right.
They always say it was a blood sacrifice. It was connected to the moon. There's a lot of people who code
and so
the moon.
So 6:12. When going back to the game,
the Bills game.
The DeMar Hamlin situation when he collapsed, the tackle when he tackled T. Higgins or something, it was at 6 minutes and 12 seconds.
Wow, repeat that so people understand that this is not man doing that. There's no way man can do that. Can you please repeat that? I'm trying to charge my phone. It's a nightmare with this phone. All right, go on, repeat that, because that's just what are people going to say about that? When you understand biblical scripture, it all makes more sense, doesn't it, Sean?
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just a random coincidence, or it's the Masons. No, you got to understand this is biblical. All right, say that again, mate. Wow.
So DeMar Hamlin is the one who collapsed after he tackled the player from the Bengals, and that tackle it happened at 6 minutes. The clock was 6 minutes and 12 seconds.
6 minutes, 12 seconds. Right, somebody's saying they're finding it hard to hear you, not because of you, because my phone is just the way. Let me move my computer. I'll try, guys. I'm doing this for you. The person you want to hear here is Sean, not me. You hear me all the time. Right. Tell me. Oh, this is a nightmare. Look, I'm trying to charge my phone. Right. Go again. Speak now. Tell me if this works. Go again. So it stopped at 6:12. We know Hamlin wears number 3. Remember Odell Beckham? I said he'd get the first touchdown in Super Bowl 56. He wore number 3, and then the Rams won by 3 points.
Wow.
Didn't they? So, okay, go on then. Keep going. Hopefully this helps.
So yeah.
6:12. Number 3 went down with a cardiac arrest.
And like I mentioned, in mythology, the Buffalo Bills, the mythology is that the origin of earthquakes come from the ox.
Yes.
Tugging their shoulders. We have the cardiac arrest, and that's in, like I said, scientifically connected to earthquakes, heart attacks, and then so that's just that's when I just started realizing like this is for sure representing this. And the year of the ox, I forget if I brought this up yet. So the year of the ox. Did I mention this? That it starts.
Yeah. Did you say how it's the second of the 12 zodiacs and Super Bowl 57's on 212?
Yeah. Did we talk about that?
Yeah. You briefly mentioned how the number 33 was drafted 212th pick, and Super Bowl 57 is going to be 212, and how that syncs up with the ox being the second zodiac of 12, which is unbelievable. That itself, again, somehow, if the Bills win this, which I don't think they do, there's too many syncs that give it away. The shooting, the what happened here with Hamlin. If they do win it, we can look back to those 212s. Have you typed in Revelation 2:12? Have you done that? Can you hear me? All right, Revelation 2:12. All right, going in and out. It's funny how it's freezing now at 2:11, 47th prime. So anyway, guys, what is going to briefly go over is that these rituals that are taking place that everyone just dismisses as Masonic rituals because of 33s and 3s and gives all the energy to the Masons. We've got to understand what they represent. It's so heavily connected to the moon and to eclipses. So, Sean, when's the upcoming eclipse?
Well, the big one this year
is
going to be it's the annular eclipse, so it's Ring of Fire eclipse.
Fire, okay.
It's October 14th of this year.
And who was born on that date?
George Floyd.
George Floyd, who's just synced up to everything. This character or whoever it was. Biblical with George Floyd, it seems. Again, he has the big eagle tattoo on his chest, which connects all the way back to Babylon. Just wild, but people will say, no, it's Freemasonry. No, it's way deeper than that, or connected to the Nazis. But George Floyd's whole thing was, I can't breathe, which you can't do, can you, when you've had a heart attack, really? I can't breathe. Oh, I can hear you, yeah.
Okay. So the score was 7-3, and George Floyd was born in 1970.
Right, speak up a bit louder. Loud.
So George Floyd, or the game when Hamlin collapsed, the score ended it was 7-3.
Yeah.
And George Floyd was born in 1973.
Yeah, and Brady's 7-3 in Super Bowls.
Right.
Queen Elizabeth was married to Philip 73 years. George Bush Sr. was married to Barbara Bush 73 years.
And if you think about the symbolism behind him, like Derek Chauvin, putting his knee on him is the eclipses. It's a light and dark.
Yeah, again, the duality. Everyone just talks about duality without really knowing what it means. And light and dark, they don't know what it means. And the Masonic checkerboard and all of that. But going back to George Floyd, do you know Chauvin, who supposedly killed him? He was born 319. And Super Bowl 55 finished 31-9, like 319. Yeah. And then Brady retired 333 days left in the year, 319 days before the Pope's birthday.
I learned that from you.
It's what we should be doing. We should be learning from each other.
Blew me away.
That's what we want, mate. We want. So what I want to get into here is your knowledge of eclipses, which I don't have much knowledge of. I know about the 19-year moon cycles, connected it to COVID-19 and global recessions and all of that. I've done all of that. But I know AI in gematria is 19. A is the first letter. I is the 9th. So when it comes to these eclipses, which are huge, and we've got an enormous one coming up in 2024. That's why Russia invaded the Ukraine on 2/24, which is Kobe and Gianna's memorial date as well. So what do you know about eclipses, and why are they taking a knee? who are they worshipping here?
So in the occult, eclipses, they represent a marriage or a union.
And that's why when you propose to somebody, you take a knee.
Right. And then also because in eclipse, it's not even just the union between the sun and the moon, but the eclipse makes a ring, like a wedding ring, which is why we use wedding rings.
Which connects to Saturn as well, which has 7 rings, like Brady.
Exactly. But yeah, I'm not.
So why do you think the occult? So this whole thing about taking a knee, people just say it's a Freemason pose. They don't know what it represents. For you, you think the knee that they're taking is all connected to the moon, or the sun and the moon for duality?
Yeah, the sun. I think the sun and the moon. Oh, but real quick, this was something I completely forgot to mention, but it's really important regarding George Floyd. So the day that he died to the eclipse this year on 10/14, the time span is 3 years, 20 weeks, and 2 days.
Wow. Wow. And you know, we're talking about Corona.
Yeah.
Corona. Have you seen that photograph of George Floyd? One of the last photos he ever took. He was in a bar with the Corona behind him. The big.
Yeah.
So Corona is normally visible only during a total solar eclipse when it connects to the sun. The sun's corona is normally visible only during a total solar eclipse. How wild is this? And it's called COVID-19, the 19-year moon cycle's corona is basically connected to the sun and is only normally visible during a total solar eclipse.
Yeah, another huge part about that with corona is so this next part might, I don't know if a lot of people have heard about magic squares. It's another thing that they use.
Oh yeah, the magic squares. Yeah, break it down. Yeah, it's crazy how they do all of that. How perfect it is.
Yeah, so each planet, and the moon too, and the sun, they have magic squares for them. I don't know where the numbers come from yet. I'm kind of learning about it just recently, but
yeah.
So it's a grid where all the numbers, consecutive numbers, they put it in an order to where the rows and the columns all equal the same number.
The same number, yeah.
So for specifically the magic square of the moon, it's a 9x9 grid. So if you just think about a grid, and it has 9 rows, 9 columns, and it's all the numbers between 1 and 81.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, every single number. And when
notice how it goes from 1 to 81, and 181 is the 42nd prime, and the B strains for 42 months. It goes from 1. Good. It starts at 1, ends at 81. 181.
I didn't even think that's good. And I think that's another huge reason why Kobe's highest scoring game was 81 points. I think it has everything to do with the moon.
In his 666 game.
Exactly. So the thing is, so the magic square of the sun, that one is a 5x5 grid, I think, and when you add up all the numbers, it equals 666. So the total of the magic square of the sun is 666.
Like, so, how can people dismiss these numbers? It's a lack of understanding, isn't it? Without being disrespectful, you can't comprehend and appreciate what you don't understand.
Yeah, well, I think there's a lot of smoke screens too, because people they'll hear about the 666 and then they won't want to look more into that. Like, oh, where does that come from? Like, when I think about the 666, like, yeah, you think of the obvious, the mark of the beast, but you know how the cult is so associated with Fibonacci numbers, and it's 3 Fibonacci spirals. So there's got to be something to that as well. So there's always just like, I do believe there's some smoke screens that kind of keep people from looking more deeply into
that's what I'm saying. The people who are telling you it's all the Freemasons, it's all the Jesuits, and it's all them, not mentioning God or biblical scripture, they're people, in my honest opinion, you have to stay far away from. because they get these Russell Brands, these people, these influencers. Of course, they feed you truth. They have to get your trust. But my word, they ultimately take you down the wrong path.
Yeah, and I think you just have to be smart with, just the information you take, because you can still learn from those people. You know what I mean? Like,
that's why I say listen, learn, discern. A woman called Kathy taught me that. Listen, learn, discern. You don't have to agree with it all. Like some people do. They find somebody they look up to and then believe everything they say. That's dangerous. That's very dangerous when you do that. So, yeah, wow.
You can. I feel like, what was I gonna say? I the way I like to go about the information that I take in is, I feel like whenever anyone says anything, like, everybody has value. You can learn something from a kid, like a 5-year-old or something. You can learn, whether it's not necessarily like they tell you a fact, but it's like you can always learn from everything and anywhere. You just have to be careful, like when people try to tell you what to believe. Like,
that's what I'm saying. When people are so adamant in their beliefs and they almost convince themselves it's factual. I just had this with a guy called Joseph who adamantly believes that Obama's the Antichrist, and now he's just left my website because I disagreed. He's literally just left my website, which is fine. But
who is it?
A guy called Joseph Aquaviva, who I always promote, he's just left my website because I went against him with Obama being the Antichrist. And no one knows. It's not written anywhere who it is. So you're going to get that. Like you said, you can learn from everybody. And sometimes you'll learn what not to do from somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you can always learn from people. And however smart we get, mate, we're nowhere near knowing what's really going on, are we? And we're fully aware of that. Like however good you get at this, ultimately, you're never going to have all the answers. It's all about learning and getting better and not acting like you know everything and you're better than everybody else. Because we're not. Truth's no competition. I wrote a song about that and I mean it. It's not a competition. And I only basically ever come across arrogant is just when people just try to hammer me. But in reality, what we're doing here, how beautiful is it? Like literally attempting to figure out why we're here, what we're doing here, what's the main goal of it. It's fun, isn't it? It's actually enjoyable, and that's what we should be doing. You said you don't gamble, you're not bothered about sports. That helps you go to the next level, I think. But do you understand why I code sports? And you see the way I code, how it then leads people to realize we live in a coded reality? That's why I code. And the whole Argentina World Cup. Have you started reading my book or not?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you'll see that it's not just about football, is it?
Definitely not.
It's about way more than that.
Yeah.
So ultimately, mate, what do you think the end goal is in all of this? Do you think it's already written, it can't be stopped? Do you think you have free will in this life? Do you think everything's already predetermined by a code? What do you reckon?
I think what we're supposed to take from this is that God is in control of all things. You know, the verses say it many times, like God controls everything. Everything is for his purpose. Everything's controlled by him, for him.
Yep.
So, because I was definitely on that side where I was just trying to interpret everything as just evil, satanic. Everything is just like, oh, these people are just, they hate us, this and that.
Did you have a stage, bro? Because I did, be honest with me. Did you have a stage where you felt like there's nothing we can do? I did.
I still do believe that, but I think you have to see it as it's a blessing. It really is a beautiful thing. Even though these tribulations are hard, you have to realize that it's we're seeing we're seeing God's work like right in front of our faces.
Oh no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying in the fact of, I for many months thought man was in control of everything, and we couldn't stop man. And these men, these evil, rich maniacs, crazy people, just want to take us all out. And I was like, geez, they own the monetary system, they own the travel, they own the education system, they own the medical system, they own food production and everything. I was like, geez, they could do that. And the more spiritual I became, the more I understood scripture, is that if they wanted to do that, they would have already done it if they had the power to be able to do it. They don't.
Yeah. And oh yeah, exactly. Yeah. And another way you got to look at it too is, so the end times are written, like it's saying, you know, the prophecy is set in stone.
It can be changed.
And when it happens, whether it's in our lifetime or whenever it does happen, that everything that led up to that moment, everything had to happen exactly as it did in order for it to happen that
to be fulfilled. It can't. Yeah, that's why I'm saying the prophecy that's being fulfilled cannot be changed. Like, they're not flipping scripts like for money, for Vegas. That's again, you know, we were talking about the traps, of falling for the traps.
Yeah.
So what they're going to start doing now is that people are going to become more aware that sports are coded or rigged. Okay, more people are slowly waking up to that. So what they're going to push and heavily say is it's all technology. So that's why they're pushing VAR and magnets, and they're slowly disclosing it all now. So people go, yeah, well, they're rigging it through technology. Vegas is rigging it through technology. Vegas don't have a say in who wins the World Cup, the Super Bowl. It don't have a say. But if there's people within this world who are aware, somewhat can predict or know, time travelers, whatever it may be, know where the world's going, they can sway you one direction. They can sway you one direction, but they can't change the outcome. The Rams won that Super Bowl. It finished 2023. It couldn't have been 26-20. Or the Bengals went. It couldn't have been. It couldn't be changed. Whatever people think, God wouldn't allow it. It's written. It was written that way. There's no flipping scripts with any of this. So yeah, it's really deep. But quickly go into the 108. That before I end it, the 108 in regards to the earthquakes and heart attacks, and I'll discuss how it syncs to Messi, because that was really impressive. That connects to your 612.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, we'll get back on topic.
Yeah.
Okay, so in terms of the eclipses, so we have to look at these three big shootings that happened from 2021 to now. So you had the Ohio Dayton shooting. You had the Buffalo shooting that happened at Cops in this past year.
That was very recent. Yeah, that's why everyone's saying the Bulls are going to win the Super Bowl. So I think it's a trap.
And the third big one was the Uvalde, Texas shooting.
Yeah. So, his name. Tell us his name.
The shooter?
Yeah.
It's Salvador Ramos.
Yeah, Ramos. It's just, I did a video about it.
Salvador means Messiah.
Yeah. And Ramos was weirdly connected to Sergio Ramos as well, who captained Real Madrid so many years, crowned champion many times. It's connected to him.
So Uvalde is connected to this eclipse that's happening on 10/14/2023, because the big three eclipses, so the two big eclipses, the Great American Eclipse of 2017 and the Great American Eclipse of 2024, which they create an X.
And notice it's 7 years apart as well, which is God's number. 7 years between them.
Actually, get this. Well, if you
do the exact.
So it's 6 years, 6 months, 6 weeks, and 6 days apart.
What?
And get this. So
wait, let me stop you for a second. Something's just hitting me. You know, they say there's 24 hours in a day.
Yeah.
So 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 is 24, yeah?
Yeah.
Super Bowl 57 is 212. 2 times 12, 24. And then you said this eclipse is 1014, and 10 plus 14 is 24.
Wow.
There's got to be something to that, and 2 plus 4 is 6, isn't it? And there's 60 seconds in a minute, 60 minutes in an hour, and then 24 hours in a day, and 2 plus 4 is 6. 6, 6, 6.
The second prime is 3, the fourth prime 7, and the Bill game ended 3-7.
Yeah, that 3-7-73, which is massive biblically. Why I keep saying Brady's not going to the Super Bowl.
Right, so going back to that, so the 6 months, 6 weeks, 6 years,
6 years, 6 months, 6 weeks, 6 days.
Yeah. Okay. This is the craziest thing. Like, I don't have no idea like how this was all planned out, but so the X of the eclipses, there's one spot where they cross, and that's over Carbondale, Illinois.
Okay.
So carbon, the element, is a 6th element, has 6 protons, 6 neutrons, and 6 electrons.
Yeah, that's why 666 is also the number of a man. We're made of carbon.
Right.
Which burns.
Exactly. So, and also the X, it represents DNA. Like how, like.
Yeah, the chromosomes.
Yeah, exactly. And so another reason why that place was named carbon. So this stuff had to be planned so far in advance. It's insane. But okay, so I got a little bit off topic. So going back to, so the reason why I brought that up is because that was 2017 eclipse and 2024. But there's the big eclipse that I mentioned this year, which is 2023. So that is going to create an X with the
24.
Yeah, I believe. So that where those paths meet is right over Uvalde, Texas, which is why that happened there. It's right over Uvalde, Texas.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Did you know that when you add up 2021, like 221, 222, 223, it's 666?
Yeah. I learned about that recently. And I think 2021 is really relevant because the year of the ox was in 2021.
Yeah, and 20 plus 21 is 41, the 13th prime.
Wait, say that again?
20 plus 21 is 41, which is the 13th prime.
Right. Yeah. So it's really big. Okay, so we talked about Uvalde.
Yeah, you've got the thing now with the 108 that connects to the 6 to 12 months, which goes back again to Revelation 6:12 and Epithian 6:12 with earthquakes and how the world's going to basically be dark. That's why there's going to be, I've said there's going to be these shortages when it comes to electricity, and why they're increasing the prices now of electricity, getting people used to darkness. So yeah, read out that thing where it goes about the 108, and then
yeah. So back in 2021, there was a list of FIFA athletes who had cardiac arrest, and apparently the number was 108.
Yeah, that's what they reported at the time. Yeah.
Yeah. So we talked about Revelation 6:12, which talks about the earthquake and the eclipse, and Revelation 6:12 is the 108th verse of Revelation.
Wow! Repeat that one more time.
Revelation 6:12, which talks about the earthquake and the eclipse, is the 108th verse of Revelation.
Wow! And I told you, Messi's 13th ever World Cup goal, and his last goal in the last World Cup was after 108 minutes.
Yeah.
Which syncs up with geometry so much. And 108, 10 times 8 is 80. and that World Cup began on Joe Biden's 80th birthday.
Yep. And wait, say that thing one more time, sorry.
So 10 times 8, like 108, I do this a lot. 10 times 8 equals 80. And the recent World Cup began on Joe Biden's 80th birthday on a day leaving 41 days left in the year.
Such a good point.
And 80 plus 41 is 121, which is 11 times 11, which is when Remembrance Day is honored, 11/11. And the words Antichrist and Revelation get you 121.
Yep.
Jeez.
And then 121. I'll say this real quick. So if you see Back to the Future is full of revelation, symbolism, and so that's why
huge,
the book capacitor, I guess it had to be turned up to 121 watts or something in order for it to work. 121 watts. So
this is just, and 1 plus 2 plus 1 is your 4 for the fourth horseman. 4 symbolism everywhere.
Right. Yeah. So this is one thing I wanted. So that's what's so
oh, wait, and going back to the heart attacks. You said that was the 108 athletes was over a period of 6 to 12 months for your 6-12.
Yep.
That's why, again, half a year 6 months, 4 years 12, you're 6-12. The 6-12 in the Bible and Revelation, those verses are monumentally huge. And 6 plus 12 is 18, which is 6 plus 6 plus 6.
Yeah.
And like Kobe Bryant made his NBA debut at 18. LeBron made his debut at 18. There's so many athletes that come on the scene at 18. It's Prince Philip met Elizabeth when he was 18. She was 13, which is Revelation 13:18, which is about the number of the beast. So it's hard to distinguish what's true and what's a lie, and if who's dying and who's not. But biblical scripture is being fulfilled. Biblical scripture is being fulfilled, isn't it?
I definitely believe
whether it's real or not, whether it was a Masonic ritual, whether it's this, whether it was them behind it, whether this person's an invert or whatever it is, it's being fulfilled as written in the book. It is. So that's all you need to know.
Another huge thing too, I was going to bring up when we were talking about the 81, like the 9s and 81s with the moon.
Yeah.
So like I said, the magic square of the moon is a 9x9 grid, and it's all the numbers between 1 and 81. So all the numbers added together, aka the 81st triangular number, is 3,321. So 3321. And so coronavirus, the day that it became a pandemic on March 11th, 2020.
Yep.
So the time span from that date to the beginning of this year was 33 months and 21 days. 3321.
Wow, and it was declared a global pandemic 3/11, which is 33, isn't it? 3 times 11.
Yeah.
Did you know monkeypox was declared a national emergency exactly 33 weeks before the 3-year anniversary of coronavirus?
Wow.
Exact. So there's a 333 exact. I don't do not exacts when it comes to date duration. So, mate, again, 33 is so connected to Jesus Christ. Everyone wants to connect it to Freemasonry, not to Jesus Christ. So it's coming back, in my opinion. I think it's coming back, and that's what I truly believe. And I think it's soon, very soon.
I believe that too. And so another thing regarding the 33s with this year's annular eclipse on 10/14. So it's going to enter the United States in Oregon, which is the 33rd state.
Superb.
It's going to exit. So the place where it exits the United States, it exits in Texas, and the name of the town is Corpus Christi, Texas. Corpus Christi means body of Christ.
It does. Oh my goodness. And going back to that World Cup final, it finished 3-3 after extra time, and France's dialing code is +33. Argentina have now won 3 World Cup finals, lost 3. It's that Argentina began the World Cup campaign on 22-11. That's a 66 try. But 22 plus 11 is 33, and 66 divided by 2 is 33. Just,
and there's some, 2211 is when JFK died.
Yeah, it was the 59-year anniversary of his death when Argentina began their World Cup campaign, which was the same day France did. And then they met in the final.
Yeah. And I think also with the Super Bowl 57 coming up, I think it's in the Hebrew cipher, but moon equals 57.
Yeah, moon's 57 and 51 in 2 of the 4 base ciphers as well.
Oh, okay, then that's probably what it is.
And why do you think 51 plus 57, what does it get you? 108.
Oh my God.
Moon is 51, 57, and that's 108. So
going off of the 108, so we talked about the shootings. So the Uvalde, Texas shooting that happened on May 24th, 2022.
wait, Kobe Bryant Day?
No, May 24th.
Oh, May 24th. Okay.
Yeah, sorry, not 8/24, May 24th.
Yeah.
So from that to the day the Queen died, it was 108 days.
Oh my goodness.
And the reason why the Queen is so huge right now is because the annular eclipse. Because you know how the Queen is, how she's tied to Mary because she died on the feast of Mary.
Yeah, the Virgin Mary. Yeah, and that's why you had Angel Di Maria scoring the World Cup final after 36 minutes, which means Angel of Mary.
So the eclipse, the eclipse this year, it's going to be right at the hand of the Virgo.
Incredible, mate. You're going to teach me a few things. My phone is literally on, 5%, and it's just not having me charge it. So we'll do this again. We've already just gone for an hour and 2 minutes. Can you put in the chat your channel, please? Because you're phenomenal. I'd love to work with you again. And I don't even. This ain't work, is it, Sean? This is 2 good guys who are knowledgeable, who want to share information. It's not even work. This right now, although it is my Saturday technically, but whatever. Saturday. What can you type in your YouTube channel? I can promote you as often as you want. Well, you will never ask. You're not that type of person.
Yeah, definitely. I'll do that.
Just type it in and just let me know right now. It's not about numbers, but it's crazy me saying that. The illusion said it's not about numbers. But how many subs do you have right now? Because I want to see it really grow.
Well, I just started, so I think I have like 23 or 24.
Right. Hopefully by the end of the day, you'll have about 100.
That'd be huge.
The hardest part with a YouTube channel is the very beginning to get any type of an audience. If you get 100 and they all love what you do, they tell hundreds of other people, and that's how you build your following. And people like me can help you grow it because you are simply exceptional at what you do. And you could be. I don't even want to say one of the best. That's really patronizing. It's not about being that. You could have a huge influence on a lot of people with your knowledge, and because you do it for the right reasons. And yeah, I'll have you on at any point. You're not doing it for a website, Patreon. It might lead to that, but I'm not sure you're in it for coding sports and stuff like that. But you are one of the very best I've ever come across with your knowledge. I'm going to learn from you more than you'll learn. You always say you learn from me. I think I'm going to learn more from you than you learn from me. That's what I think.
No, trust me, man. Like, as much as I know now, it has so much to do with what I've learned from you. You know, I really don't know if I would even.
But I think eventually that I'm gonna learn more from you eventually. When it gets to that point, I'm gonna learn tons from you, and that's what it has to be about when it comes to astrology and just the way you present your work. I've loved from day one. And I have. And again, it's not me sucking up to him, guys. He's got 20 subs. I'm not trying to take his subs from him. This guy's special, man. He's really good. Really good. Mo Decodes is on Instagram. This guy's really good as well. So, guys, his name's Sean. We've met once in person. We met in LA. I was sick, wasn't I?
Yeah.
I was really chronically sick. I was actually sick on the beach. So he never got to see the illusion in full swing. My goal is to get to San Diego next year, maybe up to LA, and I'll meet you in person again, mate.
You know, for sure it's gonna happen, man. Like, you know, when we met up, that experience was, I couldn't even put it into words.
Yeah, you said it was kind of life changing knowing there was people out there that see the world the way you see it, because you had no one in your life that did. So it gave you comfort, didn't it? It gave you a sense of comfort, which is a beautiful thing.
100%, man. And just like to be able to meet somebody that I've learned so much from beforehand, because I've learned so much from you before we met. To be honest, you were one of the first Gematria sports people that I learned about, and yeah, so from you.
Okay, perfect.
Before we met, I learned so much. So it was just crazy to be able to. It was a huge privilege to meet someone that really helped me so much.
Well, next time we meet, it'll be even better. We'll have a lot more to talk about, and I won't be sick. So my phone's about to die. The name of his YouTube channel, again, just say it out loud, Sean. What's the name of it?
It's Sean of the Sod. It's SE4. Can I replace the
Right, I've got it. I'm gonna share it now. So it's Sean SEAN and then of OF and then the THE and then Said SAAD. It's there. I'll put it again. I'm gonna spam the chat with it. Just there you go. Just find that, type it into the search engine, subscribe, and he's obviously putting it's just gone off. My phone's just died. So yeah, do that. You'll like his work. You're only going to learn from him. And just subscribe, watch his stuff. Definitely gives you more motivation to put more content out when more people watch it. A lot of people give up on the YouTube channels because they don't see growth. And they're really good at what they do, but they give up. So I'm definitely going to go do something with my day now. I've got to charge my phone. But yeah, earthquakes, hurricanes, they're connected, and it all connects to Jesus Christ and his return. Simple as that. Biblically, it does. Whether you like it or not, biblically, it does. Whether you believe it or not, that's what it says. And that's what I discuss, what's presented to us. So there you have it. Oh, man. Cheers. Take care, Sean. Much love. Your channel will grow. And just make sure you do it for the right reasons, which you will. I know you will. Take care, guys. I'll speak to you all soon. I won't be going live again today. Bye-bye.